What is going on, y'all? Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in to the Leon Block. I'm John Tell, your kinfolk with the info. Now streaming live from Wave Crave Radio, the hottest urban wave in the 717, playing the best hip-hop, R&B, soul, gospel, interviews, current waves, you name it. You can catch live anytime on all streaming services, but you can listen anywhere in the world. Available on Facebook, Instagram, and Google Play. Just search Wave Crave. And don't forget, we're also streaming via the Leon Block platforms on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. So make sure you go on over, follow, like, and subscribe to us, y'all. Oh, don't forget, we're on TikTok and Instagram as well. So make sure you show us love. What is going on tonight? Whew. Well, it's a loaded one. So I already told y'all what I wanted to get into about Thanksgiving. We'll get into that later on. However, we got a little one for some block drops with y'all. We got a loaded one with y'all for some block drops, I should say. Really, it's been a monumental day, historic day, I guess you could say, here in America. Ahmaud Arbery, the killers of Ahmaud Arbery, the McMichael family, and Roddy Bryant, had all been convicted of some sort of guilty for committing the heinous crimes that they committed. And so it's been a day of the media flooding us with all kinds of articles surrounding this. I mean, like, for real, it's been a shitstorm. And I mean, I've spoke on this already. We did two. Oh wow, the Kurds are one of the largest ethnic groups in the world without a state. It's actually something I want to touch on one of these days. We've just been inundated with all these stories and talks and stuff about the case, and I did 2 episodes earlier discussing it. We'll get into that a little bit later on. I want to start off with this because Idris Elba, y'all know Idris Elba, my homie. Everybody loves Idris Elba. He well, I guess he was in talks to take the spot from Daniel Craig to be the new James Bond, right? Fans everywhere wanted to see the first black James Bond. You know, and we all saw that in Idris Elba. But apparently, per usual, you know, movie execs and bigwigs up there, whatnot, didn't see that in the stars. So, however, he will be in the franchise, not in the way that anyone wanted. So, apparently, Idris Elba is going to be a villain. I'm not happy about this. Why do we always have the black man as a villain? Why do we always have a dark-skinned black man as a villain? Why do we always have a black person as a villain in movies? Can we be the hero? Can the white person be the villain for once? I'm just saying, like, I know what movie execs are thinking. We know how they market things, but people, regular people, I want to know. Would y'all love to see a black hero and a white villain? I would. I would love to see this. Why can't Idris Elba be James Bond? What is wrong with that? I want to know what the executives' reasonings or justification was behind him not getting that part. Apparently, they said that he won't be the title character, but they do recognize the amount of pull and respect that he commands, and they want to work with him on a completely original character for the next installment. Okay. The fuck? Anyway. Wow. Apparently they're saying that even The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, is in talks to possibly being James Bond, but given the amount of comedic roles that he's done lately, I don't know if I would want to see that. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. Would you want to see Dwayne The Rock Johnson as James Bond? Let me know. Email me, DM me, theleonblock@gmail.com. You can DM us on the Leon Block Independent Media on Facebook. We are airing live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And don't forget, we are streaming live worldwide on Wave Crave Radio. Yo, I'm watching this interview here with Life Jennings on the Tom Joyner Show. Check that out when you get a chance. Wow, wow, wow. Son of Eric Garner blasts BLM leader for threatening riots and bloodshed in New York City. Okay. Interesting. Y'all know me, I'm not down with necessarily the BLM name. I'm down with the movement in general, the movement for racial injustice. I don't get hung up on the things that people say about BLM and all that bullshit, conspiracy theories and whatnot. However, I am going to post this article for y'all entertainment if y'all do want to check it out. I'm not gonna really get into it. However, in other news, where you at? This was not what I looked for before, but lawyer who tried to overturn Trump laws appointed to U.S. election board. It's going in the comments. How y'all doing tonight? What's going on? Comment, shout us out, let us know how you feeling, how you doing. Hey, what's going on, Teddy? Thank you for joining in. Welcome to the podcast. Make sure you are sharing, liking, following, subscribing, tell your friends. We are worldwide live on Wave Crate Radio and Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Yo, what's up, Remy? My co-host with the most. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us. For real. The Rock too goofy nowadays. And I think he's just a little too muscular to be Bond, for real. I was driving through the country in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania today, right? As people know, I work on a farm. And I saw a Let's Go Brandon flag. A random topic, but just saying. I don't know, my heart sank to my stomach, Idris Elba with a more black cast. Can you see people really going for that? Like an all black cast, white people would be up in arms. They would not have that. I mean, it's already bad enough that they get confused seeing a dark-skinned black man with a British accent. They don't understand that that's possible. So my folks in Pennsylvania, Northeast Pennsylvania specifically, have been inundated in the media with information about Christian Hall, but the rest of the world has not heard about this. What you need to know about the killing of Christian Hall, who was 19 years old, by Pennsylvania State Police. So, Christian Hall was adopted from China as a baby by Faye Hall, who's Filipino, and Gareth Hall, who is black and Latino. Christian told his parents he wanted to find his birth mother. For real, Remy, for real. Apparently, Christian, through the years, had some issues, and he was diagnosed as a child with reactive attachment disorder, which made it difficult to connect with his new parents and interact with others. Still, he was close to his extended family and identified with Black and Latino cultures. And by the age of 10, he accidentally started a fire in an empty room in a nursing home near his parents' house. So he was placed in a juvenile detention facility for 4 years for the incident. After getting out, he violated probation several times by running away from home and spent much of his life until the age of 18 in juvenile detention facilities for the violations. And by December of 2020, he had a steady job at a local grocery store and was working to pay back $14,000 in restitution he owed the state for starting the fire. He also had an on and off again girlfriend. Yo, for real? This is how the state gets you. You know what I'm saying? By making you what the hell? This kid had to pay $14,000 in restitution fees. Again, going back to the trials that we've just experienced and the fucked up system that we have, it makes perfect sense. That's crazy. So what happened, yo, for real, yo. For real, Teddy, for real. Seriously. This is the open and close shut system that just does not They just continue to criminalize our youth instead of rehabilitize. You know what I'm saying? And we were talking about the way that we need to make sure that we're guiding our youth the other day on the episode with the grandparents and the need to be helping their abused grandson. And so this is the same thing, the ills of our society and us failing our youth. I'm not saying anything about the parents. I'm saying society failed this kid. So what happened the day that he died? Sorry. Y'all know how I do. Hall called 911 about a possible suicider on an overpass near Stroudsburg in Northeast PA. When state police arrived, they found Hall on a ledge. Troopers tried to persuade him to get down. Then they saw he had a gun. Later, it was determined to be a realistic pellet gun and backed away. They continued to try to persuade Hall to leave the gun on the bridge and walk to them. After about 90 minutes, with both ends of the overpass blocked off, Hall started shuffling toward troopers with the gun in his hand. Troopers continued to tell Hall to put the gun down from behind their vehicles, and one fired shots at Hall, missing him as he was standing roughly 70 feet away. And video shows Hall with his hands raised after the shots were fired. First to his sides, then above his head. And he held the gun in one hand. A voice in the video can be heard saying, "If he doesn't drop it, just take him. If he doesn't drop, just take him." Why? Come on. No wonder his mother was bawling her eyes out. Did y'all see that interview that she did? Whoo! Out of any of the mothers of the parents of lives lost to police brutality, this is the one mother that just broke my heart. Real shit. Hall's hand stayed above his head as two troopers fired several more shots. Hall was struck, clutched his stomach, and fell to the ground. Wow. The shooting was first investigated by PSP troopers, Pennsylvania State troopers, from outside the local barracks. And then they turned their findings over to Monroe County District Attorney David Christine Jr., who ruled the troopers' lives were in danger and therefore the shooting was justified. An assistant district attorney called Hall's death a classic suicide by cop scenario at a news conference in March. They're saying he was an imminent threat from the time he put his hand on the gun. Oh my goodness, I just can't. This is a more detailed article than any of the articles I found since this story broke. So you definitely want to check this article out if you have a chance. Drop it in the comments now. Seriously. This kid did not deserve to die. Like, come on, y'all. We as people, as American citizens in this country specifically, we gotta do better. Remy said, "I am just tired of people of color dying at the hands of police, period. Yo, if y'all got something to say, if y'all want to reach out, let us know how y'all feel. Y'all on with Wave Crave Radio listening, y'all can email me at theleonblock@gmail.com. If you're watching or listening from YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, definitely DM me on Facebook at the Leon Block Independent Media. On Instagram, you can just straight up DM me. It's all good. TikTok, I'll get at you when I get at you, okay? But you can follow us on all social media platforms. Do not forget. Keep that shit locked. And we'll be right back after this. Yeah. Amazon workers across the globe are planning protests next week. Yes. Yes, y'all. Yo. People ain't taking shit no more. For real, just point blank. People just ain't taking shit no more. What's going on here?
After Marlon Disco become a wide receiver, become a running back, and he refused. 4 white quarterbacks were drafted in the top 10 that year. Lamar Jackson only went the first round.
The hell they talking about on PBS? Anyway, yeah, Amazon workers across the globe are planning protests next week. Black Friday is right around the corner, and you know what that means. Deep discounts on all your favorite products from Amazon. Brought to you by squeezing low-wage workers for every ounce of labor that can be extracted from them. The holiday season is a particularly brutal time to be an employee in Amazon warehouses. But this year, Black Friday will look more like a blackout in some of Amazon's facilities. Yes. Warehouse workers in more than 20 countries are planning to carry out strikes, protests, and demonstrations on one of the biggest shopping days of the year in order to draw attention to Amazon's unfair treatment of workers. Yo! Seriously, that deserves a round of a motherfucking applause. Yes, yes, Teddy. Stand in solidarity. Boots on the ground. For real. I think that this is really monumental here. Let me know what y'all think about this. I'm going to send this out 1 second. Amazon workers. Strike next week. Yes, baby. Yes. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Let me know. Definitely reach out to the Leon Block. Comment, like, share. Let us know how you're feeling. So the effort, yes, not a problem. I'm going to share it in the comments on the Leon Block Independent Media on Facebook right now. Boom. So the effort is organized by grassroots collectives operating under the unifying banner of the Make Amazon Pay Coalition. Yo. Which will lead demonstrations across the world on November 26th. The protest will highlight the many ways employees say the company cuts corners, mistreats workers, and damages the planet. Planned events for Black Friday include protests from garment workers in Cambodia, where Amazon previously ducked out paying workers severance during the pandemic. Strikes and work stoppages at warehouses across France, a driver strike in Italy, the second of the year after delivery drivers sought a more humane work schedule in March. Demonstrations at the construction site that will soon be Amazon's new regional headquarters in South Africa, which is being built on sacred indigenous land. You got to be fucking kidding me. And protests of Amazon's environmental impact in Spain, a continuation of pressure being placed on the company by employees who demanded cut down its greenhouse emissions. Workers across the United States will get involved too. Yes, with both virtual and in-person demonstrations planned in at least 5 cities, y'all. This is big. This is huge. This is historic. And it's crazy that no one's really picked up on this. This is from www.mic.com. So, of course, this is not a big known site. I don't know how I came across this, but this is insane. Wow, there are plenty of reasons to call out Amazon, a company that seems hell-bent on maximizing profit at the expense of anyone and anything that may stand in its way. The company pledged to shrink its carbon footprint, but continues to produce a massive amount of waste and emissions, and has fired employees that called out its environmental impact. It brags about its high minimum wage, but puts such pressure on its workers that they experience burnout, suffer injuries, and are forced to face ridiculous choices like peeing into bottles rather than stopping work for even a minute. The company has also gone out of its way to crush any sort of union efforts through cartoonishly evil propaganda campaigns and deeply troubling employee monitoring techniques. The shit just don't stop, y'all. I really want to know how y'all feel about this. Definitely comment, like, share, subscribe, tell y'all friends. Amazon is going on strike next week. This is big. And you know what? All of those shitty conditions that Amazon workers face all year long are amplified during the holiday season. I would know. I worked at an Urban Outfitters warehouse for 2.5 years, and it was hell during the holiday season. We called it peak season, and it was fucking hell. You didn't have a life. You didn't see your friends. You didn't see your family. You didn't talk to nobody, and it drove me to the brink of suicide. I'm not kidding. I'm not joking. I had a panic attack every day before work, and I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take it anymore. It was ridiculous. And so it's no wonder that I didn't work at Amazon. I was going to once, but I failed a drug test because I smoked marijuana and whatever. But I know that tons of people, and there's reports of people being required to work 60-hour weeks, and where they're tasked with doing physical labor at breakneck speeds to keep up with demand. Stress is through the roof for workers. The week often results in high rates of workplace injuries, and employees face consequences if they don't keep up with the absurd pace. The strikes and walkouts won't just be workers flexing the power of their labor. It'll also be a much needed break, which Amazon doesn't provide. Yeah. Definitely check out this article. Shout out to all the union workers. Shout out to all laborers in general that really are just a cog in the system and know that and really can't stand it and want to rise up someday against this system and rage against the machine. For real. It's coming to that time. I think people are really waking up to the fact that, especially after last year, to the fact that we have power and we can demand what kind of jobs or what kind of rights we want, Let me know how y'all feel. So, I want to get into the real topic of the show. So, my co-host Remy, you around? I want to get into something about this current holiday, right? Let me know, do you celebrate Thanksgiving? I know Thanksgiving is really more so just a North American holiday or an American holiday, but I'm sure it's very well known. And I want to know if people understand like the hypocrisy behind it. What are your thoughts behind it? Do you celebrate it? And if you do, let me know what your traditions are, what you eat. I do love food. I am Black. I was raised on eating for Thanksgiving. And that's another thing I do want to touch on while we're here is how Black people, it's a big staple and a big thing in our community. And we're not so keen on caring about the reasonings behind why we do things, but we're quick to poke at other people about why they're doing things to our culture. So it's something I do want to point out there. And we can circle back around to that. But the core of what I want to talk about here when it comes to Thanksgiving is the appropriation and the lack of understanding of the full story behind things. Hey, what's going on, Remy? Because yeah, the Pilgrims and the indigenous folk may have shared food during that time, but things wasn't all hunky-dory. Like, they wasn't necessarily cool, you know what I mean? And we sitting here chucking it up, acting like, oh, friends, family. Yes, friends and family, but you could friends and family it up every motherfucking day of the motherfucking year. Why you gotta do it on a day and throw indigenous culture and people into it? For what? For what? To sugarcoat and glamorize a story of like being the victor, or like this is the one thing about American culture that I just don't get. I can't stand. And this time of year is always a fickle one for me personally. My Wave Crave Radio family, if you tuning in live, locked in, let me know how you feel. What is your thoughts on Thanksgiving? If you listen in from around the world, what are your thoughts on Thanksgiving and Americans' holiday and our, the things that we do surrounding this holiday? I want to know what y'all thoughts are. Definitely hit me up. Email me at theleonblock@gmail.com. But this is an opinion article from someone, and I want to read it to you real quick. So, chances are, if you live in the United States or are generally aware of North American culture, you know that the fourth Thursday in November is the national holiday of Thanksgiving, right? However, you might not know anything about its history or realize the extent of hypocrisy that currently surrounds it. And I'm not saying we have to give it up forever, which might not even be feasible since it's such an established tradition, or shame everyone who enjoys the day, but maybe we should be aware of our country's past so as not to mess it up for ourselves in the future. All American children know the tale. The first Thanksgiving was a feast to celebrate the friendship of settlers, i.e. Pilgrims, and the natives, i.e. indigenous, after a successful harvest, right? Technically, settlers of the time had frequent Thanksgiving meals whenever there was good fortune in the community. So this particularly probably did happen because Squanto, in fact, did exist. However, in 1637, John Winthrop, WXY people names, I can get them all mixed up all day, every day. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Uh, oh, Remy. Remy said, Thanksgiving isn't my holiday. It's a perpetuation of conquering, murder, and slavery. I eat, but I'm not going to say happy Thanksgiving to anyone. Flat out. Those are my thoughts, homeboy. My thoughts exactly. I celebrate time with my family and I call it like, annual family dinner, but I'm not saying happy Thanksgiving to people. I don't do that tradition or none of those traditions. And I don't care if we eat. It doesn't have to be traditional Thanksgiving food for me, you know? Though I do need my mac and cheese, my baked mac and cheese, my candy yams, my collard greens. I need those. Give me those. I need my sweet potato pie. But I can do without all the traditions that colonists have instilled in American and Western cultures, because it's a way to cover up the screams of shame that they have. Those are my thoughts. What say you? I don't actually, yeah, just like the title's article says, Thanksgiving is a trash holiday. The thought of it, behind it, you know what I mean, is a trash holiday. And, just like anything else in America, it's built off of making money. Consumerism, capitalism, the whole nine. That is the American way, and that is essentially what Thanksgiving stands for. I did want to talk to you, speaking of money and buying things in America. The supply chain increases with Thanksgiving. I know that there was increases, and I didn't buy nothing for Thanksgiving. The cost of food, and I want to know how people feel about that. I am self-sustainable living kind of person. I don't like this massively industrial agriculture and food that we have. So I'm not. I could care less. I say just like everyone, raise your own meat, do your own thing. But I'm just one person. What do I know? But yeah, we often forget that this nation was quite literally built on the backs of people of color. Yet, these people's stories are rarely ever told. There's nothing minor about the struggles of minorities. And despite what some might say, it is never too late to educate yourself about them or grow into a more informed person. So that was one of the first Thanksgivings. Now, years after Lincoln made Thanksgiving a national holiday, its meaning and purpose have delved a bit from the original. Most regard it as a time to think about what you're thankful for, such as your family, career, or other circumstances. This mirrors the original purpose of the holiday, and I don't have an issue with it. Instead, I'm concerned at the contradictory manifestation of our celebrations. If we're really thankful for what we have, why are people ruthlessly speeding to the malls at midnight to fight against 3 random strangers over a discounted item? Or why do some consider it better to have the biggest turkey or the most amount of food or the best dinner party? You know what I mean? Like, shouldn't it be enough that we are surrounded by the ones we love? And as Thanksgiving becomes increasingly consumerist, the true meaning for the holiday starts to fade away. Black Friday and Great Thursday. It's a damn shame how food costs go up and folks are trampled to buy shit over spending family time. Well said, Remy. Well said, brother. Well said. Am I advocating for the immediate removal of Thanksgiving? Not necessarily. We can't try to bear the mistakes of some white men who lived 400 years ago, but we should at least know about them. And even though I hate the frenzy of Black Friday shoppers, I can still appreciate a good sale. I just think it's good to know the truth about something instead of blindly accepting it, which, if you think about it, is how we should be handling pretty much everything we encounter on this journey called life. It's a hard world out there. Find something to be thankful for. Dope article. How y'all doing out there? How's y'all holidays? What do y'all call it? Do y'all celebrate the holidays? What religion do you celebrate? Do you have a religion? Do you have a spirituality? What's your wave? What are you doing these next few weeks till the end of this year, going into the new year? I want to know. Let me know. Reach out to me. Shout me out. Follow, like, subscribe, comment. If you listen in on Wave Crave Radio, you can email me at theleonblock@gmail.com. But shouting out Wave Crave Radio, the hottest urban wave in the 717, playing the best hip-hop, R&B, soul, gospel, and interviews, current waves. You can catch it live anytime on all streaming services worldwide. And you could just go on Facebook, Instagram, Google Play, and download. Yo, don't forget, I'm also streaming to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. I love y'all. I love your support. Love y'all being on the block. And seriously, anything y'all have under the sun to talk about, I don't care. But the Leon Block, we cover everything from world events, civil rights, human rights, social justice, spirituality. We support and amplify BIPOC businesses, self-sustainable agriculture, anything that social media won't, we will. So if you want the real, raw news, as we all want, we got to do it ourselves. Being informed is important. And without information, without that true and real information, we are left in the dark and with the weak spot. But we're going to change that. Seriously, we're going to change that. And seriously, I can't thank y'all enough. And I'm so appreciative of all the support. Every like, comment, share, discussion. It means people out there really want to know what's going on in the world, and they have solutions or ideas, and people have things to say. So the Leon Block, we are here to be your platform, your mic, and your voice. Definitely get into it, y'all. Definitely get into it. All right, so there's another article about Thanksgiving culture. I'm going to post that in the comments too. Because it says that this Thanksgiving would mark the 400th anniversary of the quote-unquote first Thanksgiving, as they say. I don't know about that. I don't know. Who knows? The Plymouth Thanksgiving of 1621 wasn't the first. So they're saying it happened before. Whatever. Look, this is from Insider. Just saying. How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing tonight? What's going on around the world? How you feeling? Remy, how you feeling tonight, brother? What's going on with you? Yo, shout out to Georgia Ford. Really doing her thing. Oh my goodness, yes. If you have any articles you'd like to send me and you want me to talk about it or discuss it, by all means, send it my way and we can get into it. We can talk about it. I am always down to talk about it, down to be about it. What is Thanksgiving to indigenous people? A day of mourning. How do indigenous people spend Thanksgiving? For many, rather than a celebration of peace and shared prosperity between Native Americans and Pilgrims, Thanksgiving represents the dark shadow of genocide and the resilience of Native people. Every tribe and every individual may have a different way of spending Thanksgiving. Some will gather with their families and share a meal, exchanging prayers and stories from the rich oral history of indigenous Americans. Others will fast for the entire day. To most natives, Thanksgiving is not a celebration. Natives, particularly in the New England area, remember the attempted genocide as a factual part of their history and are reminded each year during the modern Thanksgiving. This is a really great article that I think is more important to check out. What can we do to respect natives? Natives. What can we do to respect indigenous people? The top thing that we can do is get educated and learn the real history of Thanksgiving. Native Americans or indigenous people in South Dakota have long been trying to change school curriculums to more accurately reflect indigenous history, but have been repeatedly shot down by the state legislature. Learning about Thanksgiving is a harmonious celebration, involving mutual cooperation and respect. They experienced a rude awakening in adulthood upon learning the true history and understanding the dynamic between the colonizers and the colonized. Thanksgiving, as the U.S. origin story, leaves out painful truths about our nation's history. Presenting Thanksgiving to children as a primarily happy time trivializes our shared history and teaches a half-truth. But people do acknowledge that describing the true history of Thanksgiving may be too much for children given the violent and stark realities of colonization. But there are ways to explain this, I think. This article really dives deep into this. Definitely check it out. Post it in the comments now. So, being with that, talking about indigenous folk and what they do on Thanksgiving, why is it not a stretch for Black folk to change our traditions just a little bit when it comes to Thanksgiving? I don't think that it's that hard to ask. What do y'all think about this crude oil being reserves being used to lower gas prices? Normally I don't talk about this like kind of stuff all the time, but I just wonder what folks that are driving and the gas pump is hitting their pocket really tight. What are your thoughts about it? Or if you don't drive, if you're worried about the environment, you know, like I want to know what your thoughts are with that. Yo, yo, yo. I think that is the rest of my block drops. But I really want to make sure that I don't always do too many block drops. Like, there's so much going on in the media right now. And as we know, there's always a point to that. They always like to distract and deflect. So just keep your eyes peeled. They're really doing a number on this case with the Waukesha accident, the parade thing. Not to say that like dude should definitely be behind bars and he definitely should pay for sure. It's just interesting how they took to this case so much. and how the bail was set at $5 million. Like $5 million. I don't think that any of the people that were tried for any of these murders, these high-profile police shootings and stuff that we've been talking about, Kyle Rittenhouse, any of that, even got anywhere near the $5 million bail. What'd you say, Remy? Gas prices are ridiculously high. I wish there was a way to lower them successfully. Well, like I was saying that they're dipping into the crude oil reserves so that they can lower the gas prices.
But they do something like that. They have to be nobody.
The defense says the three men thought Arbery might have stolen something from a home under construction. At least 45 people are dead after a bus full of tourists crashed and caught fire in Bulgaria earlier today.
Wowza. News be crazy. News be crazy. Yo, I love y'all. Thank you as usual for tuning into the Leon Block. We are airing live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and worldwide live nightly, Sunday through Friday, at least on Wave Crave Radio. Y'all already know what it is, the hottest urban wave in the 717. Do not forget, we play the best hip-hop, R&B, soul, gospel. We got interviews, we got debates, like here on the Leon Block. And you can catch us live on any of the streaming services. Do not forget that. You can catch me on any of the social media platforms. You can check out my whole plethora of videos, podcasts, interviews, events, marches, protests, all on our YouTube channel, the Leon Block channel. You definitely want to check that out. Make sure you subscribe to me, trying to get up to 1,000 viewers right now. Would really appreciate that. But I want to know how y'all feeling tonight. How are you? I'm blessed. I'm blessed because I'm here to see another day. And I'm glad that you're here too. I'm glad that you're breathing. If no one told you today, I love you. And no matter where you are, you're loved because I love you. And I want you to love yourself. I always like to give some words of wisdom, and I always like to end things on a really positive note. We got to spread love. We gotta uplift one another, and that's one of the things that we are big on here at the Leon Block. Making sure that we uplift one another while we are spreading the word, fighting injustice, facing hard truths, checking ourselves, holding people accountable, having hard times, breaking through generational ties of trauma, all of that. We need to have a break and make sure that we're loving ourselves extra and giving ourselves that extra love. It is so important. Yo, like Remy said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And yo, you over there baking cakes? Where's my cake at? Yo, did you go back home already? Are you back home, or are you like, where you at? Where you at? For real, I want a cake. You better give me a cake after the holidays. For real. I know you bake cakes. I'm a big cake eater. How about y'all? That's a double meeting, by the way. Haha. Yes, share the channel with a friend, y'all. Share the channel with a friend. We appreciate it. We always appreciate the love. So, yo, to my listeners, make sure whatever you celebrate, that you are having a good time for the holidays. Make sure that you are spending the time with your loved ones and not just going through the motions. You have time off from all of this madness of the world and slaving away for capitalism. make sure you take the time to be with your family and love your family these holidays, okay? You never know when the last time is that you will see them. You never know what will happen tomorrow, the day after. So definitely cherish the time that you have with the people that you love while you have it. It's important. And so I want to, of course, read another point from The Child Left Behind. Here's another groping mind that is hoping to find any kind of sign to lead it to the divine. It approaches us with lips that are too inequipped to articulate the nature of its treacherous trip. That is called A Soul's Journey, and you can get that from the book The Child Left Behind, The Words and Poetry of Christopher J. Scarver. So the book is by Christopher J. Scarver, who is a Black man who happens to be the murderer of Jeffrey Dahmer. So you definitely want to get that book, check it out, support a black poet behind bars that could really appreciate the love and support despite what he did. I think that people's stories, especially stories like that, need to be highlighted. If Jeffrey Dahmer's story and name, as famous as he is, gets such sensationalized to the point that it is, I mean, this guy should be too. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, Remy. Okay, well, enjoy yourself. I wish I was there to smell it too. I could really go for some cake, but you know what? All I know is I better be getting some sweet potato pie. I am going to be eating with my grandmother and my mom, my stepdad, and some other family. I'm not sure who else, but and I haven't seen them in quite a while after my grandfather passed away, who is the inspiration behind the Leon Block, y'all. So it is definitely something that's time that's going to mean a lot to me to spend with them. And I do want to get more into the origins of the Leon Block soon. Piecing together a whole video jaunt for y'all to take part in and see, to get a full explanation of what the Leon Block actually totally encompasses. I think that is important to really creating the backbone of the Leon Block. So there's always that backstory there for people to be like, oh, you know? Yeah. Yo, Remy, I hope you enjoy your holiday, Remy, I hope you enjoy time with your family during this wonderful time of the year. For me, it is freezing. I'm going to enjoy time with my family. I am feeling a little under the weather, so I will be in and out, basically, because I got another show to do tomorrow night. But I will be spending time with family and enjoying myself. So I suggest you all do the same. You know what I mean? It is very important to have community, family, love, all of that. You know what I mean? Seriously. Thank you for tuning into the Leon Block, y'all. It is always a pleasure. Thank you to my co-host, Remy. It's always a pleasure having you. Seriously. Make sure y'all meditate on your path, celebrate your being, liberate your spirit, and educate yourself. I'm John Tell. Arm yourself with knowledge and have a blessed journey.